All right, all right, all right. Where's my clothes? Anyways, hey everybody, today is Monday. So hopefully we are doing well. Um, Today's lesson, I actually have to give a double shout out to Mr. Brenda Troy for today's lesson. And I'm gonna tag her at the end of this because I was talking to her, gave me this great advice today. And she just said, you know what, it's never too late for a reset. And so I give her all credit and a birthday shout out. So happy birthday, Mrs. Troy. And also, thank you for today's lesson. Those who don't know, I've been working on this wellness piece and just trying to finish up some things. And yesterday, I talked about how it was 8/8/21, and 8 is the number of new beginnings. And so I was like, you know what? I hate starting over on things, but there's some stuff I need to start over. And today she was just like, it's never too late for a reset, Sanika. I was like, oh my God, that's my lesson of today. Cause sometimes you could feel like, man, I failed because I gotta start again. But she was like, it's never too late for that. So that is the message of the day. Hopefully someone will be encouraged by that, especially if you may feel like, you know what, I keep starting over. I keep having to do this all over again and I can't figure out why. I can't figure out why I can't seem to get it together. But there were a few things I just realized with this, and looking at things I've done well in resetting. I realized, you know what? There's four things that I realized. So number one is if you're starting over, start over with wisdom from your past mistakes. So I literally sat down today and it's a question somebody asked me last week when I had to preach a sermon. And it was like, what are you going to do differently this time? And that's the first question that we really have to ask ourselves when we're doing a reset. What am I going to do differently? Because it's easy to start over, but you don't want to keep doing the same things over and over again. And I feel like that's what happens to me sometimes. And so that was the question, like, what am I going to do differently this time? And see if there's something to do differently, because maybe it was timing or something like that. But I knew for a fact there's some stuff I need to do differently. Let me know if you feel me on that. But that's the question. What are the lessons that I'm learning for real? And what am I going to do differently? So the second thing is just taking the tools that I had the first time. Like starting over, resetting doesn't mean like throw everything away. Like maybe you did have some tools. Like for instance, if I'm resetting my exercise program, I already have the weights. I already have. So making a list of those things, like what do I have that I think I need, or what is it that I need, and then rechecking what do I already have. So what are those tools that I'm gonna take with me that I may have? Maybe I have some stuff I need to dust off because I wasn't using, and what are some things I need to use differently? So that's one. That's the second thing. So what's the wisdom that I'm taking? What am I the tools I'm taking with me? Number three is who am I going to allow to hold me accountable? And this can be embarrassing sometimes if people think you're further than you are. Like it could be on a project you're doing or on anything, and you're like, now I got to be honest about where I is. Okay, so the question is, who's gonna walk this path with you and allow you, like, because some stuff we try to do on our own. So I guess that's one of the questions, like, who do I need help with this? If I'm resetting, do I need help? Do I need to check in with somebody for accountability, or am I trying to do something on my own that may take community? And maybe I'm trying to get it together first and then join a group, but maybe I just have to humble myself and say, you know what, I'm going to uh, really ask for wisdom, get advice, but also this is really about accountability. So that's number three, making sure I ask myself, and who am I gonna, like, when I talk about accountability, is who is allowed to ask me hard questions, who's allowed to tell me the truth, and who's allowed, to talk to me about some of the stuff that I just don't want to share, so it's not just those questions on the surface, but questions that are deeper, that I may be avoiding. So those three things: hard questions, telling me the truth, and then also um, looking below the surface. Because, y'all, some of us, we could be good at surface talk, okay, and surface walk, but we really need to make sure this affects our whole life. And last but not least, Wow. Thank you, Mrs. Joy. Just start over, not only with wisdom from the past mistakes, like what am I going to do differently? Start over with the tools necessary. Start over with accountability. But last but not least, reset. I should have said reset, but reset with grace and with no excuses. And so that's the one thing I was like, ooh, child, like reset, giving yourself grace, give and not making any excuses. And so if we're going to reset, I'm going to repeat these again. Reset and ask yourself, reset um, with wisdoms from past mistakes, reset with the tools necessary to succeed, reset with the accountability that's necessary, and reset with grace and mercy, but with no excuses. We can't waste time beating ourselves up. I was like, I don't need a beat up self to get this done. I need a motivated self, and I need to look at, and part of this is looking at the life and looking at lifestyle and saying, you know what? I'm not giving myself enough time to do this, or I'm expecting huge results with little effort, or I am doing too much. And so I need to make time, you know, and that's where prayer comes into. So this is a spiritual walk too, but we got to make sure we give ourselves grace, but no excuses. And I always say, you know, cannot can be it's not going to necessarily be easy, but it will be worth it. Thank you, Sylvia, because she's right. She said allowing someone into your space is really humbling and it takes so much courage. Ma'am, ma'am, can I read that again? Allowing someone into your space is really humbling and it takes the courage to do so. It's like inviting someone to your house when it's not clean, like if you like if you do a laundry day, like some days my laundry day, I spread stuff out so I could put it together in color coordinated ways. And then, but if somebody knocks on the door, I'm like, wait, yeah, no, 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 So that could be, it letting somebody into just those moments when things aren't together. And so that could be hard and humbling. But I think that's where you really get to know some people, and you don't need people, you need a person or persons. Um, and doing things as a team is a lot more rewarding anyway, but it is extremely humbling, everybody, to start over, like I said, in some spaces where you know better, but you're just not doing better. But I'm here to say we can do it, you can do it. I'm so mad. I forgot to show you guys my green juice from yesterday. It was actually pretty delicious, but I'll show it tomorrow because I'm juicing every day. But it was actually pretty delicious. It was my evening juice, and it had different vegetables in it. The spinach, uh, the kale. It had some cucumber, carrots. Um, it had some celery, which was very refreshing, and some cilantro, and something else. But it was really, really good. I'm not gonna lie to y'all because I'm usually like vegetables, but the juice was really good, and the recipe actually called for some garlic, but I didn't have any, so I added a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of onion powder. And let me tell you, that was very delicious. That juicing recipe. And the recipe called for just a couple dabs, not a lot because it contains a lot of salt. So I didn't add any salt. I did add a little pepper though. But anyway, I added 2 dashes of hot sauce. It was so delicious. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I was like, I can make this multiple days. And so that was part of my reset. So I was so excited because I am not eating anything that tastes bad. I know I gotta conquer the taste buds, but good, one thing at a time, y'all. One thing at a time. So somebody called me, was like, "How did that taste?" I was like, "But I forgot to show it." So I'm a bring one tomorrow night when I come back. But once again, I digress. But that's important because that's part of my resetting. That it is not too late to reset, and these things that I shared, take them with you. These are my lessons for today. It's truly blessed me. Thank you, sister, pastor, minister. I said sister, pastor, minister. Thank you, Minister Brenda Joy. She's not even spiritual mom, for just checking on me and for encouraging me. And you did it on your birthday, so I'm like, man, I was supposed to be calling you. But anyways, I love you all. I pray that you have a blessed and wonderful and amazing day. And make sure, you share your lessons with me as well. This is what I learned today. And like I said before, you all have a wonderful night and a beautiful day. I will try to be back like it was today at 9:30 tomorrow with what I learned today. All right, you guys, have a great one.